Hi everyone, my name is Kendall Nelson of NelsonInsights.com. I am a business and impact strategy coach. I help women build their own businesses so that they can make money doing something meaningful and that makes a measurable difference in the world. And today I want to talk about fulfillment or unfulfillment. And I know as women in particular, this is something that we really struggle with when you have that moment where you find yourself in a job, in a career, and you're like, I don't want this anymore. And even when it's that thing that you've worked so hard for, you went to school for it, you got degrees for it, you spent blood, sweat, tears, dollars, years investing in pursuing these opportunities, only to one day wake up and say, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I had that moment after 4 years of very expensive undergrad and a couple of internships and opportunities, and I realized I just had that tug in my heart. Do you know that feeling? I had that tug on my heart that's like, this is not where you're supposed to be. And I started feeling that unfulfillment that just weighed on me every single day. I went to the job that I prayed for, the job that I was so excited to land right out of school. And it just started weighing on me, and I couldn't shake it. And what I learned from that experience was that unfulfillment is a result of three things. There are three things that you can pretty much consistently point to. When you start feeling that unfulfillment, it's usually three things. One, it's a result of fear. Two, faithlessness. And three, fatigue. So let's talk about it. Fear. For me, that feeling of feeling unfulfilled in my job and the career that I had really, really wanted, or I thought that I wanted, I realized that I had settled for that opportunity. I had settled for that career track. I had settled for that lane in my professional life, really out of fear of jumping out there and doing something on my own. I didn't believe that I could do it. I didn't see anyone like me or anyone really at all doing what I wanted to do. And I was afraid because of the instability, because of the unpredictable nature of entrepreneurship, with student loans to pay and now even with a family to take care of. There are still moments where that fear sets in and you think to yourself, I can't afford to take that risk because of all of these responsibilities and these real life, these real life things that I have to handle. And I'm afraid that if I jump out there on my own and leave behind this safety net of this typical career, this stable job, I'm afraid that I won't be able to make it, that I'll fail my family, that I'll fail myself, that I'll not meet my goals, that I won't succeed in the way that I hope I would. And that fear keeps you in the safe zone. And when you stay in that safe zone, you settle. And when you settle, that's when you are in that prime spot for that unfulfillment to find you and just wash over you, because you know there's more out there and you know there's more for you to do, but that fear keeps you stuck in your safety net. So facing that fear is one thing that we for sure have to face and address in order to move out of that unfulfillment and move into what's meant for you to do. The next thing is faithlessness. So once you acknowledge that fear and say, okay, I admit these are the things that I'm afraid of that might happen, you have to realize it also takes believing in yourself, believing that you can succeed, believing that you will succeed, believing that what it is that you were called, created, and purposed to do is something that will work out. It's something that is not just a thought, a fleeting thought in the back of your mind. You have to have faith that, no, this is something I feel in my heart. This is something that others see my strengths in. This is something that I know that I'm good at, that I know I'm capable of. This is something that I'm passionate about, that I'm gifted in. And if I pursue it, I'll make room for myself as I go. I'll grow and I'll learn, and I'll be able to amass all of the skills and the resources and all of the things that I need in order to thrive and to succeed. But the faithlessness that says none of that's possible, the faithlessness that says, all right, well, if you jump out here, that's fine, but it's probably going to flop, that keeps you stuck, and it keeps you unfulfilled, because you're constantly wishing and dreaming and hoping for more. You're constantly envisioning the life that you want. You're envisioning the work that you want to do, the people you want to work with, the change and the difference that you want to make in the lives of those you want to serve. But you're feeling like you can't take that leap because of fear, and because you don't have the faith that when you do, that you'll succeed. And so you stay stuck. And then there's fatigue, because maybe you've tried something on your own before. Maybe you tried to step out there and you thought it was going to go great, and maybe it didn't at first. Or maybe you've just been grinding so hard doing what you're doing just to pay the bills, just to get by, just to, make ends meet. But while you're unfulfilled, you're also drop dead tired. You're drained, you're exhausted. You're like, I can't even put together a plan to get out of this if I wanted to, because you're tired. And that'll keep you in your safety net as well, because the energy and the effort and the work that it takes to come out with your exit strategy, and it's some work, but that effort it takes, if you don't have the faith to do it, if you haven't faced the fears, you're not going to be able to overcome that fatigue. And so I learned that all three of those things, they keep you in this place of unfulfillment, this place of knowing there's more for your life, knowing there's so much more you can do, knowing that there's an impact that you're meant to have on this world, a purpose that was created just for you to fulfill, but it's still out of reach. It's still out of your ability to grasp it, to understand it, to take hold of it, because your fears, your faithlessness, your fatigue keeps you grounded in what you have now, where you are now, your safety net, your comfort zone, that space of, I'm here and it's working, and if it ain't broke, it don't fix it. I guess that's what they say, right? But maybe it is broken. I think that feeling of unfulfillment is a signal and a sign that something is broken. I think what's broken is the alignment with higher calling, with purpose, with destiny, with whatever that thing is that's been burning in your heart. And maybe it's not even a full flame anymore. Maybe it's just little embers left in your heart that are that glimmer of a dream, of a vision that you have had maybe for years. Maybe it's something that just came recently. But I think that once we get a hold of the fears, we face them, we acknowledge them, we silence them. Once we name our faithlessness for what it is and can rewrite that narrative in our minds to believe that we can succeed and that we were built to thrive with the gifts that we were given. And once we push past that fatigue to say, you know what, it is worth putting in this extra energy and this extra effort to invest in myself, to invest in my future, my legacy, we'll find that fulfillment, because then we'll be aligned with what it is we were called and created to do. And then we will be operating in our purpose and in that space that brings us the most joy, that brings the best out of us, and that helps us to bring the best out of others, those that we serve. So that's my lesson for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me here. Again, if this is your first time catching one of my broadcasts, my name is Kendall Nelson of NelsonInsights.com. You can find me there, and I want you to jump on my email list, because if this little conversation resonated with you, if you have felt any shred of unfulfillment in your work, in your career, where you are, and you're looking for a change, I've got something coming. And I want you to be the first to know. So go to NelsonInsights.com and sign up to join my email list, and I will let you be the first to know of a new program that I have coming out. And just a little bit of a teaser, because I just can't resist. It's all about building something that will help you break out of this cycle of unfulfillment and stand on your own and in alignment with your purpose. So again, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.